Week 15's done, the dust settles in. Dreams still alive, for some, for others the end. Brackets got tighter, the margin got thin. One bad Sunday and his pride you defend. Ben woke up thinking this was the year, but December came fast and erased all the cheer. No money to chase, no trophy to hold, just stories of seasons that ended too cold. A great commissioner will give him his due, but fantasy football, man, not great, it's true. Every year ends the same, the script is so vital. All Ben wanted for Christmas was a chance at a title. Jay had a season most teams would admire. Week after week was setting things on fire. Any given Sunday he could hang with the best, just not that Sunday, the one that meant the rest. Now Jay joins Ben in the loser bowl fight, playing for pride under dimmer lights. Now we're down to 4, only 4 remain. Every move matters, every win means pain. One step from glory, one step from shame. Round 2 of the playoffs, remember the name. Now we're down to 4, only 4 remain. Every move matters, every win means pain. One step from glory, one step from shame. Round 2 of the playoffs, remember the name. Remember the name. The name. Adam season, man, what a ride. Winning streak so long, then the losses collide. Up and down like a heartbeat on screen. But last week, dominant, cold, mean, crushed Ben without mercy. Points raining down, now he's standing tall, not backing down. Rummenson running, St. Brown on fire. When Adam's locked in, his ceiling's higher. Stay focused, stay sharp, trust what you built. This week's not about doubt, regret, or guilt. You've got the talent to earn this chance. One more big week, now make it count. John loves to talk, loves to sell the dream. Confidence loud, borderline obscene. But here he stands, still very alive. Talking and walking, at least week 15 survived. Once we all thought his team was trash, now we know luck moves fast. But hey, John, look on the bright side, my dude. There's no harm in losing and your team getting booed. Next year comes quick, banners reset. But beating Sean would be the best thing yet. Now you face the champ, the crown's still warm. Is this where the luck fades or becomes the storm? Now we're down to 4, only 4 remain. Every lineup locked in, every call insane. Heroes, villains, legends in flame. Round 2 of the playoffs, remember the name. Now we're down to 4, only 4 remain. Every lineup locked in, every call insane. Heroes, villains, legends in flame. Round 2 of the playoffs, remember the name. I remember the name. The name. Clint's been steady, the model of control. Great keepers, great draft, fully bought in the role. Managed expectations, played the long game clean. Now we sit in the top like the team to beat. Favorite for a reason, the numbers don't lie. Best roster all year, now the moment is nigh. Be proud of the grind, the moves, the vision. Put banners on, handed out for good decisions. Finish the mission, don't look behind. Legacies aren't built on what could have been. And then the Sean, of course the Sean. Trash talk loud, from dusk to dawn. Ridiculous trade, somehow they worked. And he tells you all about it. Every smirk, the raving champ. The villain by choice, ego oversized. Loves the sound of his voice, he wants it again. Can practically taste it while the rest of the league praise the gods won't face it. Give it a rest, Sean, we've heard it all year. The fantasy gods can't be that cruel, can they? Please. And there you have it, the championship 4. Adam, John, Clint, Sean, chasing one more. Congrats on the grind, the sweat, the stress. This is excellence, pressure, nothing less. If your name wasn't called, crack the books tonight. Study hard for next year, make it right. Good luck, gentlemen, the moment is true. Bring on round 2. The playoffs are coming for you. Go. For you.
And here we are, week 16. We're down to 2 weeks left in our fantasy season. And yeah, we're entering round 2 of our playoffs. So yeah, let's talk about it, shall we? So what happened week 15? Well, some won, some lost. As we all know, yeah, some games were close, some games were not. So let's take a look here. So we can kind of look at the breakdown. Round 1, we don't have to go into the details. both of the main games we were watching were handled. Adam, easy win. I mean, scored 155 points. Probably, actually, no. I guess Clint would have outscored him last week if he would have happened to play Clint. But I was going to say, pretty much he would have outscored almost everybody. So Adam moves on fairly easily. My team didn't give much of a fight at all. Disappointing effort in really the week that I needed him the most, but it is what it is. So, and then Jay probably thinking the same thing. I mean, he scored 116 points, which I mean, heck, would have beat me. But John Cruz scored a normal, 136 points, and he won, and he moved on. So that brings our matchup right then to this week. We've got in our actual playoffs Clint versus Adam, and then Sean versus John. So, well, let's scroll down because we've also got our other bracket, right? Our consolation bracket, our losers bracket, the bracket to see who gets the number one draft pick, right, for next year. So, as we said before, Josh and Will had the buys, and then as the breakdown, Jake won. I mean, he scored 120 points. He hasn't done that much this year, but he was able to beat Dez, who Dez 88 points. Didn't put up much of a challenge at all, but Jake took the victory, moves on. Ian, typical Ian, scored 100. Nope, scored 81 points and lost to Jeremy, who scored 128. So as you can see then, what we've got next, we've got Josh versus Jake, and then Will versus Jeremy here, fighting it out to see who will get the number one pick for next year. So cool. So that's kind of a look at both playoffs, how everything wrapped up for last week and going into this week. So, but let's talk about projections, shall we? And really the only bracket that matters, a loser's bracket. They can fight for it all and all that good stuff. We'll recap how it all turns out, but we're going to focus on these two matchups here. So we've got Clint, we've got Adam, we've got Sean, we've got John. So let's flip to it here and take a look. So our first one, Clint versus Adam. Not a great start, Adam. You already know. It was rough. We're doing this video after the Thursday night game, and Adam is already trailing by a good amount. I would say, it's saying right now by about 20 points. And then, Clint just had one heck of a start. When you have when you have anybody that scores 46.5 points, I mean, if you compare it to Pickens, on the same line there, he outscored him by a ton. And so it's going to be hard for Adam to come back. Adam had, his kicker, who only scored 2 points so far, didn't do much good. Adam's got some big names on there. He could make it a game, but unfortunately, when we're trying to pick winners here, I already think that Clint has a big enough advantage and scores so many points week to week that he's going to be able to take this and cruise to an easy win and secure his round in the finals in the championship game. So, and then next we've got Sean, we've got John. Neither of the two had any players play on the Thursday night game, even though John could have. He had, some players on the bench that might have been worth a roster starting spot, but no. Didn't happen. That's fine. So they kind of reset. Sean has picked, 137 compared to 121. As much as I would love John to pull the upset here, because we don't want a back-to-back champion. Absolutely, we don't. I think the song said it. Hell, the song's been saying it for all season. I just don't want to hear it, honestly. For Sean to win back-to-back. So it would be fantastic, John, if you could take him out this round, and that way we don't even have to worry about it next week. But I can't call that. Sean, it's been Sean, it's been Clint all year. Two of the top teams have a ton of talent. I think they're going to both, to make it to the final round. So I think John puts up an effort, stays strong. It stays semi-close, but in the end, Sean ends up with the victory. So if all that happens, what do we end up with? We end up with exactly what we thought we were going to, I don't know how many weeks ago, halfway through the season, maybe even earlier than that. It was going to be Clint versus Sean in the championship game, and that right now is what we're looking for based on my predictions, based on sleeper projections, and just what we all think is going to happen. So there you go. There's our recap of what happened last week and what we expect to happen this week. So again, only 2 weeks left, so not everybody still has games to play. Some, I know myself and like Jay, we're fighting for 5th and 6th place. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it's still fun to play. Again, I mean, it's all draft position, so it does matter on how you finish for the year. So don't give up. Keep going at it. Have fun. Even if you're out of it, there's still a lot of great football on to enjoy. And then, tune into these 2 matchups here just to see, who's going to end up our fantasy champion. And of course, we give that trophy to at the draft coming up here next year. So, all right, that's it for this video. Good luck to those 4 teams. Looking here to still, possibly win a championship.
Now we're down to 4, only 4 remain. Every lineup locked in, every call insane. Heroes, villains, legends in flame. Round 2 of the playoffs. Remember the name. Now we're down to 4, only 4 remain. Every lineup locked in, every call insane. Heroes, villains, legends in flame. Round 2 of the playoffs. Remember the name. Remember the name.